Whoop whoop, what is up, everybody? What up, Bearcats? Welcome to the HMG Thursday Night Impact Watch Along. Giggity giggity. Hope you're all having a great week. I just placed an order for some wings to be delivered. So we about to have us an awesome night. Giggity giggity. Whoop whoop. Hope everybody's doing awesome. Hope everybody's doing amazing. Media M5, what's up? Whoop whoop. Hope you are doing well, my friend. Exactly, Canada Spaceman. What's up? How you doing? That is good to hear. Sonic the Hedge Rat in the house. What is up, my giggity giggity? Exactly. It's the Moose Moose. All right, guys, I will be right back. I go turn on my porch light just to be safe. I will be right. It'll be like not even 30 seconds. All right, I'm back. Whoop whoop. Oh, dude, the neck will fuck up a lot of shit, bro. Old reliable Meltzer. You know he ain't. Everything he says is true. Shit, I'm sorry, bro. That's good, man. That's good. That sounds like my usual night. Exactly. Indeed.
going to return here tonight. The place where I made my debut in TNA as your world champion. And I have no excuses. I left it all out there. I don't know if that was the only opportunity I would ever have at the TNA World Championship, but I left it out there, and I failed.
Good old Nikki Nemeth. Access TV, AXS. What's up, Everblast? Whoop, whoop.
I don't know if maybe I need to start watching some wrestling or train harder, or I don't know. I just at the moment right now I don't know what to do next. I feel broken inside. I don't know anything that I could possibly make happen.
Broken Matt Hardy.
Everyone. I must tell you, I had a prolific premonition that after the main event of Rebellion, the lights would go out, and I would appear in the ring with the champion of the world. And I hoped you would have been the champion of the world with us. But unfortunately, it was that mammoth known as Moose. I watched the footage, and I think these people may have seen what I saw.
Right here, you can see the closing moments in the main event matchup for the TNA World Championship this past weekend at Rebellion. Moose into the cover, and yes, Nick Nevis' left shoulder was on the canvas. However, the referee's decision is final. In the end, Moose is still your TNA World Champion.
I must be honest, that did not look like an official pinfall to me.
All right, I like they're actually using that finish in the storyline.
But you are not the champion. And for you, I don't know what's next, but I do know what's next for me. Broken Matt Hardy has returned to TNA to become the champion of the world. And sure, if you want a shot again, you can have one down the line, but it is most likely going to be Matt Hardy. It is not going to be the mammoth known as Moose. And I would be very... That is easier said than done. Because here comes in full force the system.
This kind of feels like a formulatic early 2000s like WWE Raw or SmackDown opening after a pay-per-view. Where like you have all the major players of the main storyline coming out, setting the table, and then that builds through the rest of the show. Hopefully it's what they do because it's what they need to do. Yo, what's up, Hobby Uchiha? Whoop, whoop. All right, well, that's 3 belts if we're keeping count.
You can't challenge the play. Let's be real. Your boy lost. I whooped his ass all around this ring. And that's what happened.
You know, you're talking a lot of trash. All four of you on the ring. There's only two of us sitting in this ring. You want to say something? Get in here and say it to our face right now. I understand where you're coming from. Because you came to TNA goal. The goal to be the next Kurt Angle. But the truth is, that's a really funny line. You know, I actually didn't know what I was going to do next, and now it dawned on me. Thank you, Eddie. The next thing I'm going to do is beat the hell out of you.
All right, so it looked, I would imagine what this is setting up is Nick Nemeth and Matt Hardy versus Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers. Under contract with AEW still, unfortunately. The draft, the Bears, Polish sausage. Oh, he's having another heart attack. Well, I guess I kind of sort of got my wish that the good hands are essentially the Trevor and Corey of the heel roster. Just a heads up, I will have to step away for a minute just to pick up my food when it gets here, but I won't be gone long. Draft time! Oh, yeah, that chick was ugly to look at. Wish I could. As much of a lesbian as I am. Is that Lawrence Fishburne?
There's an easier way. From fixing your cabinets to cleaning your countertops, taking care of your home is easy with Thumbtack. Download the Thumbtack app and start caring for your home today. You should answer that.
I'm sure it will be. Al Snow, he knows what he's doing, man. I'll tell you this much. There is a guy in the area I was in who went to OVW, sat under Al Snow's learning tree, came back, started booking for one show, one of the companies here, and increased the attendance by 100 people. Again, for indie wrestling, that's kind of a big deal.
Schwarzkopf, dare to go blonde and let your hair tell your story. Keratin Blonde by Schwarzkopf can lighten your hair color up to 9 levels. Our professionally inspired formula helps protect your hair from breakage with our exclusive bond enforcing system. Be the blonde you always wanted to be, and write your own story with Schwarzkopf Keratin Blonde.
Yo, what up, Buckshot Kid? Whoop, whoop.
If blonde hair were easy, everyone would do it. As well as True Green does it. In just 3 easy steps, True Green's online tools help customize a treatment plan for you. Our science-driven expertise in enriched treatment works to deliver
Man, these are some long-ass commercial breaks.
all backed by the True Green guarantee. Our experts will make sure you're happy with your lawn.
Like, actually watching the show in real time and not on the network is giving me kind of an appreciation of the way I kind of set it up, where I only have 20 minutes of commercials to do. Under Siege, May 3rd. Fuck, that's next week. Son of a bitch. Right, like those 3 counts should have that should have been a 3 count because they didn't get the lights off in time. Man, Hollywood Haley J, that's a character, bruh. That's a character. All right, cool. You're building your, your super babyface women's champion and Jordan Grace. All right, what heels are you building to take the belt off her to build your next babyface off of? Be right back. Sorry. Yeah, again, you can only. That was some great camera work there on that pin. This is the first time I'm actually really seeing Mike Santana. I'm already liking what I'm seeing so far, so let's see how he does. I mean, he's already got, decent size, a decent look. Certainly stands out. Oh yeah, it's Santana versus Myron Reed tonight. Nice. Yeah, for real. AEW fucked. Like they got LAX and they fucked it up. Santana deserves better, and hopefully he gets better in TNA. Myron Reed and Mike Santana. Whoop whoop. Like the start of this match. Yeah, for real, man. I like Reed too. I think he's got talent and charisma. If anything, he just kind of just maybe slow it down a little bit and put some size on. He's got star potential. Jaden Smith points. First match of the night, and they're on the outside. Already fucked up. It sucks, man. It really does. And my food just got here, so I will be right back. Should not be gone too long. Whoop, whoop. Well, damn, that match went quick. Then again, like, who's winning this match? A guy who's part of a faction or a new dude who they just signed who they want to get over? Oh man, these wings are so amazing. Like these chicken wings I got, it's like a Chinese place, but it's like buffalo wings and the sauce. It's like buffalo sauce with with like Chinese spices. Dude, that shit's amazing. Didn't hear what from you? Exactly. They got set. I think a lot of top indie talent got sacrificed to help build the foundation for AEW, and they got kicked to the curb. I think that happened. Oh, dude, there's a Korean place that does it too. Like, man, I always hear about like people complain about cultural appropriation. It's like, nah, man, it's cultural blending. It's two cultures coming together to create like a blend of both. That's something amazing. Like, come on, man, Korean tacos. There are a ton of all these near me. Or Nick, are you talking about all these are Nick Aldis? Whoop whoop. But yeah, there's in my area there's these like maybe I think there's at least two I know of, maybe three locations of a restaurant called Seal Taco, and it's basically a restaurant it's like a blend of Korean and Mexican cuisines. It's amazing. I pick up shit from there all the time doing DoorDash. Dude, exactly, man. Like you got these guys that are so offended at everything, and it's like, oh no, there's a difference between different people and different cultures. Yeah, you know what? Let's acknowledge and celebrate those differences and try to find a way to figure out a way to make them work together. Oh, dude, I could see Troy being. Yeah, I've been to Troy before. That area is can be pretty miserable, but where it is now compared to where it was 10 years ago, I'm sure it's way better. Exactly, cultural appreciation. Okay, so are Steph Delander and Kong a thing now? Oh, that sucks, dude. Yeah, I've been there a few times, but like I didn't know it was that bad. Exactly, Sonic. You don't want to fly to Italy just to get a pizza. Dude nails it. And that's what Ben always talks about when he says how like food is one of those things that brings people together where it's like, oh hey, you do this. Hey, what if you try this? This comes from my culture, and it's like, oh, that's awesome. That makes my thing better. And then you bond over that. It's like, why are people offended and upset over that? That doesn't make any sense. It brings people together. What the fuck? Why are you mad about that? Pineapple on pizza. Yeah, that's one. That's a divide I don't think will ever be mended. Dude, I'll never forget when those Canada fires happened like a year or so ago. And people blamed it on climate change, and then it turned out that they were actually arsons. Right, exactly. Spot on, guys. So you got Josh Alexander. Who we got coming out now? Kaz. Continuing our theme of Josh Alexander always getting sidetracked from what he's trying to do. Yo, what's up, Frank's Pickle Barrel ass? Oh, dude, there is a chain of bar and grills in our area called Hot Shots. One of the items on their menu is a burger where each bun is a grilled cheese sandwich. That does not sound weird to me at all. Yeah, it's basically a bland Kurt Angle. Point, Sonic. Yeah, he looks like a 90s movies wrestler. He totally does. Is Nick Nemeth going to be his caddy then? Dude, it looked nice, man. It looked nice. Pop. Go, go, Power Rangers. No, seriously, Josh Alexander looks like he's dressed up like some 80s version of what they thought the 2000s would look like Varsity Club guy. Right, like think of like if Cobra Kai, Cobra Kai came out during its original time, but instead of being set during its time period, it was set in the 2000s. This is what their idea of what it would look like. Space Force, yes. Yes. Yeah, it does. Yep. About to go back in time. That's a vignette right there. Seriously, Sonic the Hedge, right? That's a vignette idea right there. Like that's content, but nobody's thinking on that level. Oh, dude, there's nothing like having tostadas. They can be difficult to deal with, but man, like there's a lot of places in the states that say, "Oh, it's authentic Mexican." It's like, no, dude, unless you've actually been in Mexico, you've not had authentic Mexican food, dude, dude, dude. It it's something else. Sonic, please tell me that it was Rainn Wilson as Dwight Schrute promoting it. Like, how do you miss that? If you're selling beats, how do you not get Rainn Wilson as Dwight Schrute? How do you fuck that up? That's one of those things where money is no option. You do it. Ah, such a shame, man. Like you do something with beats and you don't do a Dwight reference, man. Admittedly, I'm a huge Office mark, so that could just be that coming out. But it's like, man, you're missing out. I really think you're missing out on a fan base to get behind your product by not doing that. Yeah, man. It is what it is. Yeah, and unfortunately for me, I was kind of put into a bit of a situation with I have an extremely, extremely picky appetite where I legit cannot eat some foods because my stomach will not and cannot handle it. And straight up Mexican food is one of them. And I was kind of put into a situation where, hey, if you don't eat this, you're going to die because this food is basically being provided to you by the cartel. And if you don't eat it, they take it as a sign of disrespect, and they'll kill you over that. So it's either eat or get killed. Not a hard decision to make. Exactly. Oh yeah, I'm sure those border towns are um have like the legit stuff because like just that crossover that's right there. Dude, that trip to Mexico was one of the scariest times in my life, dude. It was whew, that was crazy. Oh, dude, we've had over here where we're at, we've had Mexican immigrant neighbors, and we we do favors for them, and they give us food in exchange, and dude, it's awesome. Oh, dude, St. Louis Chinese is something different. St. Louis Chinese is on a different level, my bro. A liquor and horse, liquor and horse, cigarettes and dope and mustard and bologna, liquors and horse. Dude, free market, free trade. That's what I'm all about, man. People helping each other to doing stuff for each other to benefit each other. That's what I'm all about, man. It's Josh Alexander. It's a minimum 15 minutes with this guy. And my habit ain't that bad. Like no, like for example, there's this one thing I've heard of where there's these community refrigerators where people will put their leftovers and like whatever other extra food they have. So like, hey, we have this extra food, so we're putting it in this community refrigerator so anybody who needs it, they can take it. And I'm like, shit, that's a great idea. Dude, that's beautiful to hear, Medium 5. That really is, man. Yep, but the thing is that is too, there'll also be cameras on it, so we see who did it, track the guy down, persecute him, and bring him to justice.
You know, me and you have to talk about what happened at Rebellion with that last man standing there. Hey, you're not in the middle of something important. Let's go have a chat. Oh, okay. I want you to show a little respect. You understand that? I'm sorry. How are you fucking you? Let's not get what happens. No, no, you figure you out, okay?
Yeah, man, it really is fantastic how there are ways that technology can really improve and make things safer, and people people know they're being watched, and then there's going to be like actual accountability held upon them. They're going to think twice before doing some shit like that. Yeah, exactly, Lab Rat, man. Ooh, AJ Francis and Rich Swann up next. I like these guys. I'm looking forward to see what they do. Yeah, I will tell you this much. If I ever set up my own, like, because I've always had this idea, something I wanted to do is having a refrigerator freezer just set out on my front lawn. Like, hey, if you're hungry and need food, take something out of here. But I'd also make sure that it's taken care of and secure, and there's surveillance, everything I need on there. So in case somebody wants to try some shit, well, all right, I got them. But that's just me.
What story will you tell? If laundry were easy, everyone would do it, as well as True Green does it. In just 3 easy steps.
Yeah, man. Rich Swann's been coasting for a bit, but this thing's kind of, kind of shot in the arm for him. So I'm liking where it's going. It really was, Lab Rat. I think that's kind of given him an opportunity to show what he's really capable of, him with the freedom. He has to show his creativity and talent. Yeah, man. People just being free to help people. That's really what it's about. Yeah, unfortunately, not everything is perfect. Not everything is perfect. Sometimes shit'll happen. Sometimes the bad guys will. I mean, that's the way real life works. Sometimes shit happens and the bad guys win in a certain scenario. What matters is you get back up and you keep fighting the bad guys. And you keep helping your fellow man. Yeah, man. And how much better would that, like, that stuff you're throwing out, how much better would it benefit people who are actually like starving and hungry and could use that food? Like, man, I remember watching Tiger King, and they're talking about how Joe Exotic like basically fed his staff with food that Walmart threw out because of regulatory reasons. That the food was actually still good, but because it didn't meet the regulatory standards of it, it was supposed to go in the trash, even though the food actually was, still edible. Yeah, exactly, man. I think like one of the specific regulations they mentioned in Tiger King was like, if it comes out of the cooler at any time and sits in your cart while you're walking around the store, well, the regulation is, well, now it has to go back in the trash. That's still, like, that doesn't make any sense. That's just wasting food for the sake of wasting food. Meanwhile, people are starving. Like, what the fuck? Okay, rant over. Gia Miller looking nice. Introducing First Class. Dude, seriously, these two go very well together. And that's so messed up, man. So much. You know what? I would say at least that person who would take the throwaways, him selling it for like $1, you know what? I'll give him credit. At least he's making sure people are getting fed for cheap. He's just making sure that food gets used. So I'll give him credit for that. Dude, the new graphics and entranceway for TNA since they've rebranded has been very nice. I've liked it. Dude, In Living Color was amazing.
Look, I'm not here to fight. Because
Say his name and he appears.
Sean Merriman took my head off. And post-match, I suffered a very serious groin injury. And you know what? It humbled me. And it made me realize that I do owe you an apology. You know what?
That sucks, man. But you know, in the world we live in, that's the price you pay for being a decent human being. What makes it being a decent human being is you shake it off, get up, and you keep being a decent human being. Especially if you're throwing it away at the end of the night. Like, dude, fried chicken and burgers, man, you are getting me like, oh. Damn, who pulled this groin? Oh, dude, dude, dude. Media M5, this is the first I'm hearing about Roy Rogers. I believe in Joe Hendry. I gosh, man, I've never been to the Northeast. The farthest east I've been, farthest Northeast I've been, I'd have to say is Evansville, Indiana. So I don't think that really counts too much. A&W, yes, I've been to them several times. I think there's maybe one or two still nearby me. I'd have to look for them. It'd be hard to find them. But yeah, I like those too. They were delicious. And it was like, okay, I feel like having a burger and treating myself. I'm going here. Oh, that sucks, man. And Crystal's is a knockoff of White Castle. Jerome Hall, what's up? Whoop whoop. How you doing tonight? Giggity giggity. That's pretty cool. Ah, I got you. Oh yeah, those dual swords are never really that great. Like the ones I always see that are mixed with A&W, it's A&W and Long John Silver. Like that's the duo I always see around me. That's cool, man. Much love to you. Hope you're grinding and getting that money, money. Whoop whoop. Yeah, same here, man. Like what I don't know what it was when we were kids. It was better back then. G quad 3 ball, what's up? Whoop whoop. That is Zaya Brookside, the daughter of Robbie Brookside, or a relative of Robbie Brookside. However, as we saw with David Flair, just because you're part of a lineage doesn't exactly make you decent in the ring. It really doesn't, Jerome. I think to me at least, the only one to me, again, this is just me, that kind of feels the same is Burger King. I don't know what it is. I don't understand it, but Burger King feels the same to me. I agree. She's a decent, plucky baby face that you can use to get heels over with. I used to work at a Burger King, and this was like 0405. It was legitimately a broiler. We'd pick up the patties, like it was frozen patties. We'd pick them up and then put them on a broiler, and they'd sit on a conveyor belt and run through and come out the other end fully cooked. This is true. Their barbecue sauce has never changed. Yes, she was on NXT UK a few years ago, indeed. Right, again, I was there at 0405. I have no idea what they're doing now. I just know when I worked at Burger King, what we did was there was a freezer underneath the broiler. We pick up frozen patties with tongs, set them on the conveyor belt, and then go through the broiler, and they come through the other end fully cooked. And then we'd either, depending on how busy we were, we'd either put them right on a burger, or we'd put them into our holding station where we'd let them sit until their time was expired, and we'd throw them away and make more. Uh, I don't know, man. There's so many ways they can get around that one, Jerome. Unfortunately, Like I remember when I used to be a manager at a Burger King in like, early 05. And sometimes I did closing shifts, and what we would do is to make it easier to get out, quicker, as we wouldn't hold any meat or any food or anything. Like we would not hold anything. Anytime anybody's, came in for the last hour, we cooked it for them fresh because we felt like, okay, it makes it easier on us and it gives them, fresh, better tasting food. So it's kind of a win-win in that situation. Yeah, I've seen some nasty Wendy's soda machines, man. Okay, that if that is a technical feature of it, that makes sense then. Lawsuits all around, baby. Whoop whoop. Oh, that's so gross, dude. That's so gross. If anything, it should be Coke taking out like some kind of disciplinary action on that Wendy's for like, hey, you're not holding up your end of the deal of, you know, keeping this thing maintained. NDAs, what's that? No chance, and that's what you got. Yeah, pal. Who needs me to sign an NDA? Take your pants off, young rider. Oh, dude, yeah, like the new systems are so much easier to maintain. So much easier to maintain. Oh, dude, I remember when I used to work at Jack in the Box, part of the closing procedures was the cleaning of the shake machine. And part of that was making sure we like sanitized, cleaned out the complete inside of it where all the shake mix sat in so that people didn't get sick. Like that was a huge thing with them. As much as it sucks that people lose their jobs, sometimes in the end it ends up better for everybody involved in the end. Sometimes that's how it ends up being. Because like the people who are like the employees who lost their jobs, that might have been the lesson they needed to learn to be better at their jobs and be better people and advance further in their careers. Oh shit, dude. What the fuck? Yeah, no, that's way unsanitary. Now, I 100% agree with like you can make food without gloves as long as you're following, hand washing recommendations and procedures. But it's like fuck, bruh. Like that shit. That's different. Right? You think everybody knows who Walgreens is by now. Man. That's fucked, bro. Now, I will say this as somebody who has worked rush periods in fast food. If you're sitting there for like 2 to 3 hours and the only thing you're doing is just making burgers and food and you're following hand washing procedures, it's 100% okay to go without gloves. If that is all you're doing, it's just making food and washing your hands. Right. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, okay, you're working for like 2, 3 hours straight. Oh man, why would you want to grab those with your hands? Like that fry scoop is awesome. Makes the job so much easier. Oh, that sucks, Canada Spaceman. Oh yeah, funny how that works out. All right, so they're setting up Ace Austin versus Ali for the X Division title. That's what it looks like, at least. Oh, Jerome, I am so sorry, man. Like those are, again, I'm talking from personal experience. Like those are always that's one of the fast food places that you really man, that's what I'm trying to say. Let's just say DQ is a really great fast food ice cream bonding place. I'll put it like that from my experience. Take advantage, man. Happy for you. Take advantage of that. Take advantage of it, man. Take advantage. Oh, dude, Freddy's. Freddy's. Oh, man. Oh, they're so amazing. These good hands. Sammy Callahan is back in the impact zone. Whoop, whoop. Dude, I enjoy Freddy's hot dogs. They're pretty decent. And then that spicy fry sauce, man. Or that jalapeno fry sauce. Ah, shit. I'm sorry, man. That kind that kind of sounds like, man. That kind of sounds like it might be that restaurant thing because like I don't have that issue at mine. Oh, the hot dog is delicious. Hot dog's absolutely delicious. Or the chicken tenders. Oh man, those chicken tenders are awesome. So Sammy Callahan is paper cutting the good hands. Wow. Certainly more than a few, Chris Winland. Never heard of Mikados, but if there's one nearby me, I will definitely check them out. That is true. And the next thing he needs to do is get a bottle of hand sanitizer and dump it on their hands. That wasn't a bad faction. Unfortunately, one of the guys in there got nailed in the speaking out movement. I think it was Dave Chris, I want to say. Dude, that sounds awesome, Jerome Hall. Dude, that is awesome. Kit Kat, a pizza place that sells Kit Kat ice cream. That sounds like a place that knows their local market. Well, we knew Callahan was going over. Dude, Jerome, you just described an awesome Friday night, man. Like that sounds like a Friday night right there. You get your friends together, you go out and you just smoke some. $5, a slice of pizza, ice cream, and a drink. Man, you guys are chilling.
If lawn care were easy, everyone would do it. As well as True Green does it. In just 3 easy steps, True Green's online tools help customize a treatment plan for you. Their science-driven expertise ensures your custom nutrient-rich treatment works to deliver a greener, healthier lawn. And it's all backed by the True Green guarantee.
Dude,
Our experts will
Chinese food and pancakes. Are you kidding me? That is awesome. That's an awesome combination, man. Did they at least serve waffles too? Because, dude, Chinese and waffles, oh man. Oh man. Like, dude, I'm already thinking of like waffles and fried rice. Like, oh, oh, oh.
and write your own story with Schwarzkopf Keratin Drawing. What story will you tell?
This is not just a stop for allergies. This is a great price on what you need. Survive the season.
Jerome, no joke. That legit sounds like something out of Trailer Park Boys because there was, I forgot what it was, but there was one season where Ricky was making bongs out of fruit and smoking out of them. I'm not even joking. Like, that was the first thing I thought of. As soon as you said you're smoking out of a fruit, I'm like, Ricky Trailer Park Boys. Ever blessed? What's up? Whoop whoop. Dude, I like the system faction. I just wish they would have given them more of a build leading into like their debut as a faction at No Surrender when they relaunched as TNA. That was their big mistake. Like that's probably one of their biggest mistakes leading up into the rebranding. Dude, Sonic, they're trying to compete, man. Credit to them, they're trying. As for me, at the moment, I'll stick with Taco Bell and their 3 and under menu. You can get either the double beef burrito or the loaded beef nachos plus a drink. That'll fill you up right there. That's a clever name, Houdini. We used to have several in our area. I remember about 15 years ago when they had like less than like their tacos were less than 50 cents a piece. Oh, that sucks, man. Oh, I'm sorry, dude. Oof. Oof. Man, dude, that could be like a competition trying to rollerblade in the snow. Oh, they're touring with Run DMC. Very nice. That will get them some exposure. Good for them. Hope it works out for them. That's awesome, Canada Spaceman. Congrats. Yep, it's time for the main event. Oh, dude, Jerome, we got Jack in the Boxes out here in the Midwest. We actually used to have a lot more until a bunch of them closed in the last, 10 years. Oh, well, you got me. No, dude. Jerome, there was a period in history where Jack in the Box used to have 2 tacos for 99 cents. It was amazing. I worked there during that time. There was literally a station set up specifically for taco making because of how many they sold. You'd have one person dropping them in the during the peak periods. You'd have one person dropping the tacos in the deep fryer, and another person assembling them, like with the lettuce, the sauce, and the cheese. And then you'd have a third person doing the other fryer items. Now, granted, this is during peak business hours, but you get the idea. As far as fast food goes, Jack in the Box is actually one of the better ones. They really are. Like they're pretty much a jack of all trades place. Like one of their side items is egg rolls. And they got stuffed jalapenos and potato wedges. Dude, I could imagine that must have been insane business, and you guys were incredibly busy during that time, Lab Rat. Fuck, I couldn't even imagine what it's like to work during that. And as far as I know, right now they have these $5 meal, like Jack Pack meal deals. It's like either a single patty, small burger, fries, a taco, and a drink for like $5. But again, I don't know if they're doing it at this time anymore. I'm not 100% sure. Don't quote me on that. Don't know, but I know I bought it a few months ago. Dude, I've seen pictures of old Taco Bell menus of their value menu of a 5-layer burrito being 99 cents. That sounds insane today. Oh, dude, Culver's is fantastic. Love them. Remember when Arby's used to have the 5 for $5.55 deal? Now it's 4 for 10. What the fuck? What happened? Dude, that's awesome. They got these things now called munchie meals where they're only available at a certain time late at night. And it's like some of the most ridiculous mixed up sandwiches, like grilled cheese hamburgers or grilled cheese chicken sandwiches. And then it come in a box with like, You get like 2 tacos and a box of like jalapeno poppers, curly fries, regular fries, and it's like $8. Like, but that was like 10 years ago. Now they're like $10. Here's the thing with that Canada Spaceman. Inflation is very much a real thing. Inflation is a real thing, but there are corporations who will know, and companies and businesses that will take advantage of that to, for their own advantage, because they know that, well, because of all these laws and regulations limiting the market to essentially only people who can really participate in the market are corporations. Well, they know they can kind of set their own rules. Dude, I've never smoked a single cigarette in my life, but like from what I've seen, like how much they've increased throughout my entire life, it's insane. Yes, yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Lab at the Munchie Meal, and it was like $7, $8, like when they first came out. And power, and power. If the corporations knew that the people had more, if people had more choices and had the ability to be more self-sufficient, grow their own food, interact and trade with each other, what need do we have of them? If we can grow and make our own food and products and trade it with each other, what do we need these corporations for? They know that, and that's why they buy off these politicians and legislators and bureaucrats to pass these laws and regulations to shut it down so that they have control of the market. Man, dude, those commercials sound so crazy now, Canada Spaceman. And curly fries sound so good right now. That's kind of the stuff that Ben and Stevie have been talking about. Stevie, especially with like becoming more self-sufficient, getting to know farmers and people who raise cattle and just basically buying cows, and instead of relying on the government and the state, banding together as people. Man, Tyson's one of the worst, bro. They're one of the worst. Right, exactly. Like remember, like McDonald's, their lowest combo meal, you sandwich, fries, and a drink, $3. Like that sounds so crazy nowadays, but that's how it was. Man, that's crazy. Exactly, media, because of all the regulations and laws being put on them, instead of like letting it be a true free market and letting the cream rise to the top, and the ones who do things the wrong way and do business badly and harm their customers fail and collapse. Man, exactly, Labrador. I remember when Happy Meals were $2, man. What the fuck happened to that? And a lot of that's because of outside factors affecting the supply and demand. Yeah, like people talk about how, like, well, like, or the president and the government does, like, they don't directly affect the price of goods and services. You're right, they don't. But when they implement policies and laws that affect the supply and demand, well, then yes, that will affect the price in the end once it reaches it. It's very possible they might legit be worried about losing New York to Trump because of just how much they fucked things up there. And again, I don't support either of them. Me personally, I think they're both warmongering, um, fascists who want to control everything, whether it's Biden and the people behind him or Trump and the people behind him. I don't trust either of them. In fact, I think we should go kind of the where Argentina went, if you want to ask my opinion. Yeah, and you wonder why people and businesses are fleeing California.
From the minute I made the call to National Debt Relief, I felt immediate relief. They had a plan for me. They treated me like a real person, not a number.
There really was a team working with me.
National Debt Relief negotiated with all of my creditors and reduced the amount that I owe, and I'm now debt free.
If you owe more than $10,000, call or visit nationaldebtrelief.com to find out how to use
Blue Chew, get your dick so hard a cat can't scratch it. Yeah, that, in my opinion, that, like, those kind of things are why I've always believed the government should never ever be involved in the economy, ever. Like America, in my opinion, well, actually, not just my opinion, but the data backs up that America has been at its best when, like, entrepreneurs and people who just have the skills and want to trade their skills and their abilities for whatever. It's just a net gain and a positive and a push forward, and has led to advancements in technology and just the overall living conditions for all of humanity. And again, that's not my opinion. That's the data. I agree, Lab Rat. And honestly, I think it was Ben who said, like, when 9/11 happened, that was when things in the Patriot Act passed. That was when things really changed, and I can't help but agree with that. Like, you could tell things, like, went on a completely different trajectory when all that happened, when 9/11 happened.
main event here on TNA Impact. And Nick Nemeth.
Yeah, we're in a war, man. We are in a war. But, you know, that's what nights of these are like this are for. To kind of forget about that and just watch some wrestling and hang out with some cool people and have a good time. Superplex. We're going to see a Falcon's Arrow after that. Let's see. Shit, close enough. Superplex Tiger Driver. Close enough. Close enough. I'll take it. The mooseberries taste like mooseberries. I believe Davey Richards got canceled when reports or allegations came out about him and domestic abuse. Absolutely. He signed a long-term deal, I think like a year or so ago. So I'm pretty sure he's still got a long ways away before that expires, unless there's some kind of opt-out that we don't know about yet. Yeah, and Davey maintains his innocence on that. So again, it's one of those situations where it's like a he said, she said. Nobody really knows who was there, so all you really have to go by is what evidence is available. So, and so far, it's kind of, well, he said, she said. Yep, make his money. Moose sighting. Moose sighting. Decent match, but it looks like the story between Nemeth and Moose is not over. I think Nemeth might be the guy who takes it off of Moose, but they're going to keep him separate for a little bit, build Moose up as champion, build Nemeth up as the challenger, and then eventually they're going to clash when the time is right. Again, where we're at right now, that's just my opinion of where they're going. That could very easily change, and then, like, you know, as soon as we see the next, as soon as we see, like, the next pay-per-view or next week. Yeah, we still got about 3 minutes left. And who knows what could happen in 3 minutes. 3 minutes is a long time. in TV. Oh, dude, that is so cool. That is so cool, man. That's cool. I did not know Mean Gene had a burger place. I can 100% see that. I can totally see that, Canada Spaceman. Oh, yeah, we could definitely see. Yeah, Matt Hardy's going to come out at some point. Shit, forgot about that. So we have the system retreating from Nemeth and Speedball Mountain instead. Yeah, that really makes your top heel faction look strong. You can still do something where they lay out Nemeth and Speedball Mountain, and then Matt Hardy kind of fucks with them with some of his gimmick shit. Like, he would still have that happen. Alrighty, and that is where we're going to end it there for tonight. That was a pretty decent show tonight. Not bad. Of course, I'll talk more about it with the vet on Monday night. Thank you guys so much for hanging out and watching it along with me. Hope you guys had a good time. Much love to you. And there is depending on if Ben or Matt are not running tomorrow, I will go ahead and do the SmackDown live watch along, and we'll see you then. So have a great night. Much love to you, and have a great night. Whoop, whoop.